I'm not really the type to give up on a job when things get hard. If you look at my job resume, education, not so much, college dropout. But as far as work consistency, I got an A+ on that. You see, when I get a job, the only way I'll get out of that job is if the company goes out of business or they fire me. My career started at a warehouse making plastic, and then they hired a new guy. He was a complete douchebag. He was 28 years old, and his ego was bigger than Africa. He screamed at everybody at the top of his lungs despite being there for 2 weeks. I was working nights, which is, by the way, really hard. After he started there, about 20-something people quit, and I don't blame him. That guy was just a complete piece of work. I didn't want to bow down to him because deep down I knew I could have kicked his but I kept talking back and standing up for myself because I knew I had rights. The manager didn't like that because he only got one side of the story, the supervisor side of the story. And I tried to explain my side and they didn't believe me. Eventually, after all the employees quit, they switched them to days to see what was going on. Then they fired him almost immediately, like 3 days after switching him to days. They called all of us back and told us to come back to the warehouse. And we all told them to go hump yourself. And I started driving a taxi and I drove that thing for 7 years, and I probably wouldn't have quit if Uber didn't come to town and take our business. I wasn't gonna give up. I was gonna be a taxi driver forever. Then I drove for Uber for 4 years, and then I had to quit because the pandemic hit, and I didn't want to die. Because of the global wide no contact order, I started doing DoorDash, and it was okay. The money was decent. I didn't make a lot of money, but it is what it is. And I did it for 4 more years. Up until one of the guys at DashMart, the DoorDash headquarters, kept starting crap with me for 2 years, and I took his crap until one day I couldn't take it anymore. He got in my face and asked you, "Who are you here for?" And I was like, you know what? I've been taking this guy's crap for 2 years. I'm gonna do something rational. So me and him got into a shouting match and he took off running. All that barking, all that roaring just to take off running like a little rodent. Speaking of rodent, then he snitched on me to DoorDash, and then all his coworkers who watched him start crap with me for 2 years decided to go up and bat for me and told him I was innocent. And they told the manager to rehire me. But the manager, just like the situation before, doesn't know me because I work nights. And they're already short-staffed anyways, so he wasn't going to side with a guy he never met when they need this employee really, really bad. Yes, he's a complete douchebag to everybody and has a reputation of being a complete douchebag, but that was the best they had. So I was out on the street and I had to go find a new job because I live with 15 animals and my kids need to eat. Allie, if you could see this, I always thought you were cute, but I don't date my coworkers. Oh, by the way, Allie, I still have the necklace you gave me on New Year. I think it's special, which goes back to the great employee that I am. Oh my God, I'm so amazing. Slowly losing my mind. So I got a new job working nights driving a box truck, and it pays really well, or so I thought. After all, I had 11 years of professional driving experience, so the odds of me screwing up driving was pretty low. I've been at this job for 7 months. I've had 7-hour days. I've had 6.5-hour days. I've had 14-hour days. I think I was out there for 16 hours one day, and the pay is always the same, so I'm not making overtime. I thought the pay was good until I realized it's a 1099 position, and after expenses, because you have to spend money on your own food every single day, you don't actually make that much. At the end of the year, I have to pay them back. I don't know if I'm gonna have that kind of money, because again, I don't make that much. The job is graveyard. It starts at 10 o'clock and ends at, well, sometimes 12 o'clock in the afternoon. In the last 7 months, I've missed 0 days because I'm a great employee. They put me on the worst route in the entire warehouse because why would they not? And I heard from one of the dock workers that I've been here for the longest in the last 3 years that he's been here. People on this route generally don't last this long because it's horrific. You know how you drive someone crazy? You make them work nights so they never reach REM sleep, and they don't have a social life because when they're awake, everybody's asleep. In addition to making them work sometimes 14 hours a day. Sometimes I wake up, I go to work, and then after 10 hours, the DOT regulation says I have to stop, and then I have to sleep for half an hour so I could be stable enough to drive back to the fort. I sit there and think, wait a minute, I wake up, go to work, go to sleep, wake up, and I'm still at work. What the f***? And you would think this would set me up for a great future, like being the next CEO of the company. No, they can't promote me because they can't find anyone to replace me. Every couple weeks I start bugging out and start acting weird. I think I walked into my manager talking trash about me once. Something along the line of, he clearly wasn't hugged as a kid. I mean, they wouldn't have the wisdom to understand. This guy is working so hard and hasn't missed a single day that he's starting to lose his own mind. He's literally throwing his mental health down the window for the sake of the company. What a great employee. And yes, he bugs out about once every couple weeks and start losing his shit. But who wouldn't? It's probably why the turnover rate at this job is so freaking high. Because nobody wants to lose their mind and go crazy and work their asses off for what appears to be practically minimum wage. And no opportunity for advancement. On some level, I know I'm bugging out. On the weekends, I occasionally get a quick reset because I get to sleep at night. Oh my God, for all the employees out there working days. You got it really good. Trust me. I know. Everyone I text, don't text me back because it's 1 a.m. I'm slowly going crazy in that truck. But it's okay because I'm a great employee. Such a great employee. Oh my God. And when I'm not working my life away, I don't have time to go to school because I have to take care of all my animals and I oversleep because my body never gets good sleep. But what are you gonna do? On the positive note, all my managers are really nice to me. And at the end of the day, that's all you could really ask for. You can't choose a job, but you could choose the people you work with. They bring us food sometimes. They smile at me. They let me smoke cigarettes in the truck. I started smoking because the nicotine helps me stay awake. It's probably slowly giving me brain cancer, but you know what? I'm a great employee. Yay! Not to mention it looks really cool when you're listening to music driving down the highway with a cigarette in your hand. Sometimes I just do stuff with a storyline. And the moral of the story is, be kind, be courteous. Life is an uphill battle for everybody. It's kind of nice having a YouTube channel because at least you guys will listen if I spend the next 10, 20, 30 hours making it into a cartoon. Thanks guys, I really appreciate that. You guys are all good people because you're the only one that'll listen to my crazy. I gotta go. I'm gonna try to catch up on some sleep before I end up in a straitjacket.